Happy Sabbath, good people, and may the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all. This Sabbath, we want to announce to the country that the Ruto honeymoon is over. The president and his political lovemate are back to normal. And when marriage normalizes, we realize that falling in love is easy, but living together is hard. Now Gachagua has become a moody partner. And maybe it is because he is pregnant after a long period of honeymoon. Yes, the deputy president of Kenya is pregnant. And we are not sure that Ruto is the father. The fetus in Gachagua's political womb is called the Mau Mau Nation. This is what he will give birth to, whether Ruto likes it or not. At least this is the impression Gachagua has given us. And because Riggy G is a pushy man, he will push this baby out round one. But what is the Sabbath truth about this pregnancy? What is cooking in the political womb of this deputy president? 1. President Ruto is the leader of GEMA. Fact. But pushy Gachagua wants to replace Ruto with himself. Fact. The Gachagua pregnancy has told him that a Kalenjin cannot lead Kikuyus. All GEMA leaders in UDA and Azimio must be organized by him. Fact. 2. Once organized, the Mau Mau Nation will be formed. Then it will make a former DO and now deputy president its leader. Everyone, including William Ruto, will have to negotiate with GEMA through Gachagua. And that is the plan. It is the Sabbath truth.
Or maybe the Sabbath truth is that Gachagua is not pregnant. He has nothing cooking in his political womb. Maybe Gachagua is just constipated politically. Political constipation is a condition in which a politician has difficulties emptying his bowels from historical baggage. And the more baggage he accumulates, the more his stomach looks like a pregnancy. Being a son of Mau Mau, for instance, does not make Gachagua Mau Mau. That is baggage in his political bowels that he needs to discharge. Being a Dio and a Moi does not make him unequal to his boss, President Ruto. In fact, it does not give him license to overthrow Ruto as the leader of GEMA. This is baggage in his political bowels and he needs to empty it. However, does Gachagua have a point regarding the Mau Mau Nation? Is he wrong in trying to unite the mountain under one canopy? Is he really pregnant with an idea whose time is right? And the answer is a resounding yes. When organized, Kikuyus are a national security risk, and anyone organizing them outside GEMA will do it to destroy them. And Gachagua has sensed this, especially with speculation that Mudavadi will replace him in 2027. However, how will he snatch the leadership of GEMA from his boss, President Ruto? How will he liberate the Kikuyus from the impending destruction? And the answer here is simple. He will not. In fact, Ruto will destroy him before he starts. The Sabbath truth is this: Gachagua is pregnant with the Mau Mau Nation. However, the country, including Raila, will unite with Ruto to turn this into a political constipation full of Mau Mau baggage.
Only 2 months after swearing in, pushy Riggy G has become a problem to Ruto, the way Ruto was a problem to Uhuru. And maybe Gachagua will unite the mountain of mystery under his leadership earned as a DO. However, history has taught us that two people can do the exact same thing but achieve opposite results. The Ruto rebellion against Uhuru worked, but will the Mau Mau rebellion against Ruto work? There is an ancient Chinese story about two fathers and their sons. One was called Qi and the other Meng. The first father, Qi, had two sons. One loved knowledge and learning and the other loved war. The first son read and was appointed a tutor in the king's palace. The second son studied war strategy and was made a general in the king's army. When Mr. Meng heard of this success story, he decided to do the same thing with his sons. His first son read and excelled, but his cleverness threatened the king. And so the king castrated him, dehumanizing his ego. His second son studied war strategy and became a military genius, but he also threatened the king. Both his legs were cut off to demobilize him. In the end, both fathers did the exact same thing, but one was successful and one failed miserably. Ruto did a rebellion on Uhuru. He succeeded. Now Gachagua wants to copy Ruto and do a rebellion to create the Mau Mau nation. But the Sabbath truth is that his henchmen will be castrated and his Kikuyu generals will have their legs cut off. And that is Ruto for you.
After 40 years in power, the GEMA nation has to be cut to size. And the chief surgeon in this operation is William Ruto. His scheme has been flawless and clever beyond. And that is why Gachagua will not succeed. The GEMA nation has been an arrogant nation because of its numbers. Kikuyus believe that no one can become president without their support. And they were right before William Ruto seduced them. Part of the UDA plan was to seduce Kikuyus and then dehorn them from inside. And if Ruto was a student at the Moi School of Politics, this was always the plan. The 2022 election completed the plan. William Ruto was elected by Kikuyus, but was not enslaved by them. Liberated from the shackles of Kikuyu hegemony, Ruto and the other communities celebrated the achievement of the plan. But this was a secret plan for a few people only. Even Raila would have destroyed the Kikuyus if he had won. If this is the big plan, Pushy Rigi G wants to reverse it using his CV as a DO. He wants to unite Kikuyus who are scattered by design. Scattered by Ruto. Scattered by Raila under Azimio. And the question is this: will Gachagua succeed? Can he fight William Ruto to become the GEMA leader and succeed? If Pushy Gachagua becomes too forceful, Ruto and the dithering Raila elements will unite against Kikuyu hegemony. Then Gachagua, a greenhorn politician with the gift of running his mouth, will become the target. Here is the Sabbath truth. Gachagua was chosen by Ruto because Ruto knew that this DO had no experience. He also knew that Gachagua's attempt to revive Kikuyu hegemony would fail.
At independence, the Kikuyus were a flying eagle that saw other communities as mere chicken. That is why other tribes could not lead in this country. But now, the eagle has grown old, and Rigi G wants to revive it against the wishes of Ruto and Raila. The problem here is this: when an eagle grows old, it has to give way to what Kikuyus call Luya chickens, like Mudavadi. And this happens through a natural progression. Like GEMA in power for 40 years, an eagle at 40 has to retreat to the mountain of mystery. It is tired and frustrated. Its talons are overgrown and weak. They cannot grip its prey. Its beak is dull and bent. It cannot pick or peck. Its body is overgrown with heavy feathers, sticky and useless. It cannot fly. In this condition, the eagle has only one option: to retreat to the mountain of mystery. Up there, it plucks out all its feathers, then it plucks out the talons from its feet, and lastly, it knocks off its beak by banging it against a rock until it comes out. Defenseless, it waits for its feathers, beaks, and talons to grow back. Other eagles fly overhead, scaring off predators and also bringing it food. But when its beak and feathers grow back, it is as good as new. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is GEMA for you. After 40 years in power, the GEMA eagle is tired. It has to retreat to the mountain of mystery to get new energy. And for Gachagua to think he can re-energize this old ego is to think that he is pregnant. Yet, the fact is that he is constipated by the glory of the GEMA past. And this is the Sabbath truth.